Blake, we probably aren't going to see too many more 70-degree days this year, right?
Yeah, not many left to go. If you love warm weather, really try to enjoy these days because they sure are numbered. We know that colder air is eventually going to win out. Now, we don't have a lot of cold air in this forecast, but the typical ups and downs that we usually see as we push farther into the fall season. Temperatures today, however, were once again above average. A warm mid-October day. Temperatures in the 60s and for many even cracking 70 degrees. 71 the common number between Grand Rapids, Holland, South Haven, and Kalamazoo, nearly 10 degrees above average once again. Last year's October 14th, we sat at 55 degrees, so we were kind of on the other side of the coin there. 13 weather ball is blinking blue. Will be slightly cooler tomorrow, back to where we kind of should be for the middle of October. And we have a brief chance of rain tonight. 13 weather ball brought to you by LaFontaine Lincoln of Grand Rapids. Don't get excited about the chance of rain. We'll talk about that in just a second. But this was the case today out of Fremont. Cool time lapse here. Some early morning fog that dissipated quickly and then enjoying a bunch of sunshine. Blue sky galore much of the daytime hours here at home. Over the last hour or two, we have seen some cloud coverage increase, especially north and west of Grand Rapids. That's actually out ahead of our next system that will provide a few raindrops overnight. There's the look in Grand Haven. The sun starting to make its descent towards the horizon. In fact, today for many, the last 7 o'clock sunset of the year. Meteorologist Colton Woods will have more on that in just a minute. But here at home, we're sitting in the 60s to around 70. The exception, Ludington, still at 57. On a broad brush note, we'll fall into the 40s tonight. Tomorrow, mostly in the lower 60s. And again, that's close to seasonable levels at this point of fall. But notice the icons. Clouds continue to thicken up tonight and just enough moisture in our atmosphere to support a small rain chance. Now, the big picture, you look at satellite and radar, yeah, this seems like a healthy rainmaker to our west. And it is currently across Wisconsin into Minnesota. But this is all associated with a ripple in the jet stream, and that ripple is going to provide that chance of rain overnight. But the thing that's going to limit our chance of rain is the amount of dry air in the lowest levels of our atmosphere, and that's really going to undercut the intensity of these showers. So our hour-by-hour forecast, we're dry for the most part through midnight. After midnight through around 8 in the morning, that's going to be our chance of rain, but it's going to be hit or miss, and the intensity of any rain that develops or slides through will be on the lighter side, and it's all out of here in a hurry. Once we get past daybreak tomorrow, our chance of rain quickly comes to an end, and we'll end tomorrow under a sun-filled note. Morning clouds giving way to afternoon, early evening sunshine. As for that rain chance, yeah, notice a few hundredths of an inch at best, so maybe just enough to wet the ground. By far not much to overcome this drought that's been ongoing for months. And we'll stay dry then the rest of tomorrow through Thursday. Small rain chance once again on Friday as we warm back up into the upper 60s, into the lower 70s. That's actually out ahead of our next system for the weekend. And the weekend does appear to have some widespread rain in its forecast. So a small rain chance on Friday and then a more robust low pressure system coming into the Great Lakes region. As of now, it does appear later in the day on Saturday into early Sunday will be our best timing for rain. And we might see enough rain to maybe approach an inch of rain on a broad brush note late Saturday and the early Sunday. The biggest question right now is if we'll hold on to a secondary surge of rain on Sunday. So still some details to be ironed out for the weekend. One thing's for sure, we will cool down behind that system into the lower 60s, but that's where we should be for this time of year. And if you're wondering about the last 70-degree day of the season, it generally occurs within the next week or two. We'll see how it goes this fall. Temperatures tomorrow in the 60s. Morning clouds will give way to afternoon and early evening sunshine. Any drop of rain will be confined to tonight to around daybreak tomorrow. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast. We are quiet outside of that brief chance of rain tonight through Thursday. Another small chance of rain on Friday, but most of Friday will be dry. It is the weekend where we'll iron out that opportunity of widespread rain. Behind that system, slightly cooler, mostly lower 60s next Monday and Tuesday.